What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another sunny afternoon. Well, I don't know what time it is for you now, but right now it's afternoon for me over here, and we are going to continue with our listen of Orme's Uomo de Pesa. We're going to listen to La Porta, Chiusa. This was released, hold on, let me get it up here, in 1972. How you guys doing today? You guys doing all right? I woke up like really early today, and by really early, I mean it was like 7. It wasn't that early, all right? Like, had a great morning, and like, I got the midday Sunday, I don't want to say blues, but I'm on the come down, so I need some good music to pick me up, so I said, let's go ahead into the room, listen to a little bit of good music, and I think that this would be appropriate to kind of revitalize a little bit. So I really enjoyed what we heard last time from Orme with the first 2 songs on this album, so let's just go ahead and move forward with the next one. Now, just before we jump into it, just we have the translation, the title of this song translates into the door closed, or the closed door. So let's kind of see how that fits in here. Let's go ahead and give it a listen. Hope you guys are doing wonderful today. This is Orme with La Porta Chiusa. Chiusa? Maybe it's Chiusa. Hold on, I have it right here. Let's just see.
La porta chiusa.
Chiusa. Okay, chiusa. All right, let's try that again. This is Orme with La Porta Chiusa. Man, that's a trip to end side 1 of the album. You got to point out the keys. That's the first thing you got to talk about. Tony Pagliuca, or Pagliuca, perhaps, on the keyboards, the organ, the synth, the piano. He is like the drive of this whole thing. And speaking of drive, the bass also carries a lot of that, especially with that main riff that comes in the beginning. That would be Aldo Tagliapietra. But the organ in here, I love the creativity of the riffs. I like how it backs off. I love the swirling of the synthesizer around the riff, especially in the beginning. Let me pull it back here. Like right here. That's, I mean, you have that ignition of the bass, and then right around it you have these fumes of, I don't even know what I'm talking about. Fumes of like embers that are just burning around through the synths, and of course that drum is just carrying that all along in the drumming. Really, really appreciate that, especially in the second or third quarter of the song, where we really, really get to hear some of his chops. Like, this is the adventurous parts of the 3 songs that I've heard from the band. The first 2 songs were really, really nice showcases of the subtleties and how they build melodies, because that's one thing I really find that I'm attracted to with this band is their melodical sense. Here, they pull that into like fun rhythms and time signature changes, very simple ones, but still just a little bit of a spice there in the dish. This is also a nice follow-up and a fire being lit after the last song, which has this kind of, like I said in that one, it reminds me of walking through the streets of some European city and there's a street performer, there's someone busking on the side, and this is like a kind of playful waltz that they're playing out in the streets. This is like them abandoning the streets and getting into the studio and just laying down some tracks. Aldo's singing here is as romantic and expressive as we've heard previously, and he has one of those gentle caresses of a voice that it really touches you and just kind of glides over the music. I think my cat wants to come in. Sorry about that. But yeah, this is a great track. This kind of shows me as a first listener of the band and, you know, the 3 songs that we've heard now, a little bit more of the scope of their work and how they sound. But listen to this. This is the march. This is the triumphant victory and return. Love the change on the toms, going from the low toms, the floor toms perhaps, to the mid and then highs. And then at the very end, they start with this very romantic piano ending, which I'm like, oh, this is a really sweet ending. But they're like, no, let's give them one more ELP blast to the bass, right? The lyrics here, I have translated, like every night you are alone in the dark, your candor keeps you company. You hear the rustle in the doorway and you don't know who it will be. You put down the newspaper and listen in silence. Who's knocking on the door at this hour? You would like to open, but you tremble and you don't know why. You haven't opened. Why? It could have been him. That's some good writing. I like that. Who's knocking on the door? You can put yourself immediately in this situation. Hearing someone knocking at the door at an hour that no one should be knocking, you go and you lean against the door, and you're like, well, I guess this is maybe before Peoples. Peoples had to have been invented before this, but they can't look through the people. They're just sitting there. Like, should they open? Or should they not? Who's on the other side? That last line, it could have been him. Could have been a love lost, could have been a love perhaps regained, but that opportunity, that chance, we'll never know. It's the uncertainty that will haunt this person for their future. Let me know what you guys thought of the track. You can let me know in the comments below. You can follow me in a bunch of places. I hope that you enjoyed your past few minutes here. Hope you enjoyed the music. And I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.